On YouTube, this is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing my top picks for Monday's main NBA DFS slate. All right, guys, so before we get started, go ahead and drop a like button on the video for me, please. That would really help out the channel. And as always, if you're new to DraftKings addict, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go. And as always, please drop your comments below. Which players do you love? Which players you hate on today's slate? All right, guys, so if you follow me on Twitter, you guys know I was going through some tough times this weekend, and so that's why I didn't drop a video. For everyone that gave me well wishes, I do appreciate it. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and jump into today's slate. So as you can see, this is Draft Dashboard, my research tool of choice. As usual, guys, if you like the software, I have a trial of 30 days for $1. The link is in the description of this video. Go ahead and check it out if you like what you see. So we're going to jump on over to the position optimizer for the NBA slate. And tomorrow we have a main game slate of 6 games, turbo with 2 games, and a night slate with 2 games. All right, so at point guard, I'm just going to go over a couple of my favorite plays at each position, guys. So Jrue Holiday is really sticking out to me on this slate at 8K, which is a pretty decent price point for him. He has a pretty nice size floor with some upside, and he gets a great matchup versus the Clippers. All right, with the highs over and under on the slate at the moment. So right now, for some reason around this price range with Kemba and De'Aaron Fox and Lillard all kind of right there in that same price range for point guard, Jrue Holiday is sticking out for me. Again, one of the more consistent players on this slate. And so, again, high over and under game. And I believe that game only has like a 3-point differential. Yeah, look at that. 3 points in between the two teams and 239 points are going to be scored. So, definitely, I'm liking Jrue Holiday. Again, a real consistent player. If you look at his last 5 games, 46, 39, 36, 41. So he's hovering around that 40-point mark. So not too bad for a guy that's 8K. Again, has some upside. And as you can see, this is a very favorable matchup for point guard / shooting guard. And he's playing shooting guard. Next up, let's go on down here at point guard. I got Shabazz Napier, man. Again, 4.6K. But if you look at the guy, he's been playing consistent minutes, somewhere around 25 to 30 minutes, and it gets a matchup versus Boston, which could be a tough matchup. But if Kyrie is out and a couple of other players that they have on Boston that are questionable, again, that could be a decent matchup. Again, this guy's playing a lot of backup minutes with Crabbe and Karis LeVert both being out. And so if you look at his game log, this guy has been logging consistent minutes and putting up pretty good fantasy value when it comes to 26, 25, 30, and 30 DraftKings points. If he gets some extra minutes in this game, due to a possible blowout, right? Because I believe the over and under in this game, it's only a 4.5-point differential. Man. Okay, so, hey. But Shabazz, as we know, guys, is a guy that could put up a lot of points really quick in that 4.6K. If we can get 25 to 30 DraftKings points out of him, that's a decent value. So I like him at 4.6K. Also at point guard, I don't think I marked him on here, but yes, I did. Terry Rozier. Right now, Kyrie Irving is questionable. If he is ruled out, this guy right here at 3.7K becomes a lock for me personally. So keep an eye out for that news. And Terry Rozier, 3.7K could be an excellent value at your point guard spot. I don't have to mention Donovan Mitchell, guys, but he's pretty much the guard on that Utah team that has a lot of injuries. NATO is still out. Let's see, just to make sure. Here we go. Yep, Exum is out. Rubio still out. Cephalosha is out. Neto is out. So Donovan Mitchell should be in line for a lot of good points. Royce O'Neal is a very valuable, not valuable play, but popular play right now because he's been doing good the last couple of games. But I'm personally not on Mr. O'Neal. But hey, just FYI, he could be a high-owned guy. So if you're playing cash games, he could be somebody that could be high on, but again, for some reason, Donovan Mitchell, to me, pretty much common sense play, so shouldn't have to mention that one there. Elfrid Payton was a guy that I was kind of considering, guys. Again, he's been kind of inconsistent the last 5 games or so, playing somewhere around 25 minutes on average and putting up around 25 DraftKings points. But, does he pop out versus this LA Clippers team at only 5.9K? All right, but again, his minutes has been kind of low. Again, they've been keeping him around somewhere around 25 or 26 minutes. So, of course, Mr. Derek White has been hot lately in a nice matchup versus Charlotte. 223 over and under game, and I believe, yep, they're at home, and they're 8-point favorites. So, but that's enough about point guard. Again, shooting guard, of course, you got James Harden at the top, man. This guy here is matchup proof and price proof. No, I'm just teasing, because he disappointed if you played him today on today's slate. But you know, this is James Harden, man. If you look at his last 2 games versus this team, he put up 81 and 68 in the last 2 games, and he has another game here at home. They're coming off a loss versus Orlando. But 12.4K, I'm not sure I'm gonna be getting up to him. I personally want to pay up for another guy on this slate, but of course, like I say, you got to mention James Harden. The guy's been playing out of his mind the last 12 or so games. So James Harden definitely, we're gonna have him on our radar. DeMar DeRozan, I can't play these San Antonio players, man. We don't know. Is it going to be Aldridge to go off? Is it going to be DeRozan? Is it going to be Derek White? Is it going to be the other guy, Forbes? Who knows? All right. So me personally, I'm not on any of the San Antonio players at the moment, but it is like the second or third highest over and under game, the Charlotte versus San Antonio game. So we may have to come back to that. But as of right now, not really on a lot of those players. Besides Bellinelli, again, 3.8K. Cheap guy, could be a salary filler for some of the guys I'm looking to pay up for. Same thing with Patty Mills at 3.7, but I like Bellinelli right now. He's been kind of consistent, 27, 27, and 21 in the last 3 games. And you got, what's that guy's name? He's going to be out today. San Antonio, Rudy Gay is out. So, they got Paul Gasol as the expected starter. That would be interesting, huh? The dude only plays like 12 minutes a game. All right, so next up, shooting guard. That's pretty much my top guard / shooting guard guys, and it's not the only players, just the ones that I really like right now at the price points. Lou Williams, dude's minutes is too inconsistent in my opinion. Tobias Harris at small forward, one of my favorite small forward plays on the slate. At 7.7K, again has a decent history versus this team, putting up 39 and 44 in the last 2 games that they meet. Plus he's at home. Alrighty, going up against New Orleans, and only 3-point favorites at home. So, Tobias Harris, I like him in this spot. Same thing with Gallinari. To be honest, guys, I would save $500 and play Gallinari at 7.2K. This guy's playing pretty much about the same amount of minutes, put up about the same amount of production when it comes to fantasy points, but he's taking more shots than Tobias Harris if you look at the game log. So, I'll probably be paying down for Gallinari at 7.2K. JaMychal Green, probably strictly just a GPP play, but at 4.8K, they have a couple of injuries on Memphis. Kyle Anderson is out. Chandler Parsons has been out. Brooks been out. So at small forward, they're running a little slim, so that could mean extra minutes for Mr. JaMychal Green. So at 4.8K, somebody that I'm definitely considering. Another guy on this slate as well in that same game. He got traded to that team recently. To Memphis is going to be Mr. Holiday. Where is he at? Right here, Mr. Justin Holiday. I'm not sure if he gets any minutes, but I would pay attention and see who starts for Mr. Anderson, and then kind of make my decision based off of that. So, just something to keep in mind. Of course, Jaren Jackson Jr. could be gain some boost with Anderson out. So, just a couple of different ways that you can go there at small forward / power forward. So, next up, power forward guys. Again, my favorite guy on the slate is going to be Anthony Davis. He gets a great matchup versus the Clippers. Who's going to stop him? Drummond just beat this team for like 20 and 20. Anthony Davis should be able to eat versus the Clippers. Again, he's 11.6K, so this is my guy that I want to pay up for over Harden, to be honest. So, next up, Julius Randle's in a good spot. Same game, 7.4K. The Clippers have an issue with front courts and with the bigs, and so that could be something that Mr. Randle could take advantage of. But you do have Mirotic back in the lineup, I believe, or he's coming off the bench. So, I wouldn't be worried about that taking away from Julius Randle's production. He played 33 minutes last game and put up 41 DraftKings points. So, but I like Julius Randle. Again, we already talked about Gallinari. Montrezl Harrell going up against Anthony Davis and Julius Randle. No, thank you. All right, again, I already mentioned Jaren Jackson Jr., so again, I'm expecting, with Anderson being out, maybe this guy gets some extra run, but again, keep an eye on the news, him and JaMychal Green. I'm looking at just because of that reason. Al Horford. Now, I'm just playing bigs versus Brooklyn. to me, that's a pretty good spot, especially with Brooklyn being short on bigs. I believe Brooklyn has a couple of guys that are off already. Yeah, Randall Hollis Jefferson is questionable. Jared Dudley is out. They got Jared Allen and Ed Davis playing center. So, but yeah, Al Horford, 6.2K, coming off a 40-point game. He scored 34, 36, and 36 versus Brooklyn in the past. They could possibly be without Kyrie, which could mean that Horford takes a few more shots and put up a little bit more production from the center/power forward spot. So at 6.2K, to me, for some reason, he sticks out to me as a good value play at 6K. But as we know, if you look at his game log, 40, 13, and 23 in his last 3 games, so he's very inconsistent. But I like him on the road versus this Brooklyn team, again, where I like to attack them at the big spot. So right now, Al Horford is one of my, I don't know why, but for some reason he sticks out for me on this slate. So, all right, so that's my power forward. So last but not least, at center, again, we already talked about Anthony Davis, and Julius Randle, Jared Jackson, Al Horford. So I was leaning toward Mr. Clint Capella. Alrighty, but Memphis, slower paced team, won't be as many shots put up. And as you can see, versus this team in the past, he's averaging somewhere around 38 DraftKings points. So Clint Capella, I'm gonna go ahead and add him onto my player pool. Clint Capella. Paul Gasol is up here kind of high. I don't know if he's projected to be a starter or why, but as you can see on NBA Draft, this NBA dashboard right here on the Line Store app, it actually has Paul Gasol as a projected starter. But if we get news that Paul Gasol is starting at 3.1K, I'm locking him in. I'm just going to be honest. At 3.1K, as you see, he's tore up Charlotte in the past, 35, 31, and 22. But again, this guy hasn't been playing a lot of minutes, only been playing around 15 or so minutes per game in the last 3 games. But if for some reason Paul Gasol is announced as a starter at 3.1K, I'm locking him in. Okay, so, so that's pretty much all my favorite plays at the moment, guys. Drummond kind of ranks well when it comes to the stats, coming off a 54-point game, but I can't trust Detroit. I've been burnt so many times by Detroit players. It's ridiculous, so I'm going to just pay up for Anthony Davis and call it a day. Nurkic is in a great matchup versus Sacramento. Matter of fact, let me add him in. Even though his price is kind of up there at 8.6K, but if you look at the last game versus this team, he put up 83 DraftKings points. Now, this game versus Sacramento is going to be a close game. It's projected to be on a 2-point differential with 228 points being scored between the two teams. So this could be a nice matchup for Mr. Nurkic. So I'm going to go ahead and add him into my player pool. But that's pretty much all my favorite plays at the moment, guys. So once you go through and you select all your favorite players, you go over to the lineup optimizer and draft dashboard and allow it to optimize your lineup. And if you have any salary left over, you can go in here like this Giglios kid. If you want to go ahead and upgrade to somebody else, or if you want to downgrade in another spot, like if I want to go with Patty Mills instead and upgrade Bellinelli, I could do that. And then once you get a lineup that you like, go ahead and hit that save lineup button, and it's saved over to your lineups, your my save lineups. Now, if you want to build a lot of lineups, here's Mass Lineup Generator, where you can build between 10 to 100 lineups. Again, select how close you want to get within your max salary, how many unique players, and so forth. And then you want to click Generate Lineups and allow Draft Dashboard to build however many lineups that you desire. So let's go on over to my quote-unquote favorite plays. And so for right now, as of today, again, a lot of information could come out and change this, but Shabazz Napier at point guard, paying down, saving some dollars there. Again, this guy's done well versus the team in the past. Alrighty, and he's been pretty consistent with somewhere around 25 or more DraftKings points over the last 4 or 5 games. Mr. Rozier, this is only if we get news that Kyrie is out. If Kyrie is out, I want Rozier. Gallinari, again, it was a toss-up between him and Tobias Harris. I saved the $500 and went with Gallinari. All right, Al Horford, again, this guy put up 34 last time these two teams met in only 24 minutes. As you can see, he played 30 minutes versus Orlando. So if this game is close, as it is projected to be, only a 4-point differential, Al Horford could play some extra minutes. And so at 6.2K, to me, seems like a good play. Ed Davis, if Randall Hollis Jefferson is ruled out, Ed Davis at 3.7K could be a good value play, but only if Rondé Hollis Jefferson is out. And of course, the guy I'm paying up for is going to be Anthony Davis versus the Clippers. And the last 2 games that he's played against his team, he put up 39.5 minutes per game. So he's playing a lot of minutes, and he's putting up 63.5 DraftKings points. So not bad for a guy that's 11.6K and that has 80-point upside, as we can see a couple of games this year. And so with the Clippers, that is quite possible. So I like Anthony Davis on this slate. So if you play those plays, that leaves you 6.5K with the last 2 spots. Now again, guys, this is my favorite when it comes to my plays, but they won't be in every single lineup. All right, so I may not have Napier and Rozier in a lot of lineups. So there you go. That leaves me 5.3K. So pretty good in my opinion. So good luck on today's slate, guys. Before you go, don't forget to hit the like button for me. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and thank you for stopping by. And as always, guys, please drop your comments below. Let me know who you love and you hate. Again, 6-game slate. A lot of ways we can chop this one up. Please share your comments below. Good luck and peace.